8, and it's F8 tonight on the Sunday night. I am Bryn, and I am joined by Delta tonight. Hello, Delta.
Hello everyone, great to be here for, well, as it looks here, for this race tonight, it's a little bit rainy, Bryn.
Yes, maybe going to give some drivers some advantage, but I noticed most drivers are going on the intermediate tyres right now, so obviously not going to be full wet conditions, but who knows what could happen in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a little bit of rain getting punched into the track is going to be one of them interesting things, because the track is just as difficult as it being dry, so given a bit more of wet conditions, will put a good test for these drivers to see how they match with all each other. So if it's a wet race, it'll be very, very close to see how these drivers do well in that, as the qualifying is one of the secondary things that you want to do well in, and then you've got the race, which is just the main factor on what you want to do well in, because that's where the points come in.
Certainly, because qualifying is only 50% of your result. But right, let's get on to some track facts. So tonight we are here at Circuit Zandvoort in the Netherlands. It is a 4.259 kilometre circuit with 36 laps for the drivers to navigate around the 14 corner track. It is a counterclockwise. It's a clockwise circuit. Sorry, messing that up there. And we currently have no lap record, considering F1 has not raced at it yet.
Yeah, it would have been a good race, to say the least, especially having some good Max Verstappen fans being in the grandstands during that race. If it happened, it would be one exciting race. But the closest we can get to it is just going to be the game. But right now, I just feel like it'll be a very interesting one, to say the least, with these guys.
Yeah, and I definitely think it will be in real life next year. So, we'll get into things. Volker is already on a lap coming through Sector 1, Turn 4, 5 and 6. Now heading towards Turn 7, as I'm just trying to get some data up. As here we go. Cruising very slow around that corner, interestingly. That Renault not looking very, what's the word? Ambiguous.
Yeah, it will be a little bit more worrying for the drivers, because for them drivers that have done more practice in the dry for their dry sessions, just practicing at the qualifyings, and now it's kind of put a little bit of a stop to some of them. But Volker, he's got purple sets 1 and 2, so I think he will be the first one to cross the line, set his lap. But I'm not too sure on what the best wet times are around this track, because I've never really commentated over this track being in wet conditions, so it'll be one to look out for.
Neither, so we're both in a bit of a unknown world right now. But what can Volker do as a 20.0 straight off the bat? Next car to cross the line will be a Ferrari of New Zealand Cam. Then it will be an AlphaTauri followed by Superguy NL. What can they do? 20.0 seems to be the banker right now. So maybe we're looking at, I'm going to say 18s at the end of the session, maybe?
Potentially, if it starts to dry up a little bit, but yeah, we've got a good train of drivers coming in. We've got Brandon 27 coming across the line. Where's he going to go? He's going to go 6th place. So yeah, just the drivers. This is good at this lap. Just, you could say it's just one of their test laps, just to see how they feel off the track in general. And then maybe later in time it'll start to dry off, and we'll all see them get into the 18s, like you said.
Yeah, as that is Paudi going up to P7. Then Matt's taking the position off of him. Then Matt's teammate PBXFC. A very odd name, so I'm just going to call you PB.
Yeah.
Somehow I recognise that name, PB. Anyway, we'll move on. What can Naim do? That is P11, but I gather they backed off of their lap. But I know there is a few drivers out there, as previously talking to them, have done no wet practice, so...
Oh. Yeah, I'm not too sure on who to look out for, so you'll have to give me some details during the race on who we're supposed to be looking out for, because it's my first race in F8. I'm pretty sure this tier is.
Yes, it is F8.
Yeah, F8.
The drivers that I would recommend that we should watch over tonight that makes perfect English, Brim. But anyway, we'll carry on. El Volker, Superguy NL, and New Zealand Cam. The two Ferraris are very strong. But then close behind, I will say we'd have to look out for the likes of Brandon and the Khan Bros. They are the strongest drivers in this term.
Yeah, I recognise a few of these drivers from obviously the FP content. I recognise some drivers from F9. I think Enzidel Cam was one of them drivers that did very well in I think it was F8. Yeah,
last
F8. He
season.
did very well in. Yeah, he did very well last season. But he's still here though, which is good to see.
Yeah, I mean, considering PSGL has extended out to now having 12 equal performance tiers, F8 is really last season's F7, so
Yeah,
Belting Camp
that's a
has
lot.
moved up.
Yeah, so technically some people have moved down and some people have moved up from the number, which could be a little bit stressful because I was 9 and home 10 because there's other tiers now.
Yeah, but look at
But I'm a
Carmbros.
reserve. That's a good lap from him actually. That's not bad.
I think some of the drivers out here now proving that maybe older tyres are better.
Yeah, they'll be up to their temp and also just their tyres will get more worn into the track, and maybe gradually after 10 all these drivers doing the laps, it'll start to form a bit of not a dry line of all sorts, but just maybe like a little bit more dry for the track to get quicker.
A nice bit of track that's no aquaplaning puddles to drive over.
I was losing the word there and what to actually describe it as, but yeah, that's why I'm just going, oh, that's a good lap, because I'm honestly not too sure on what the good laps are in the wet. So, fair play to the drivers that have not done wet practice, to being it's quite close, especially the top 4.
Yeah, very much, like 3/10 between the lot. But I'm just going to go on about Ecos Herald, just going across the line into P5 with a 20.000.
That's satisfying. I think we've seen that in an FP division in Japan. We saw that dead on. It was like a 19 flat or something. That's just satisfying.
It's amazing when you see it.
That is nice.
What can Prenz do though? About to come across the line, going up to P13. So not maybe what the Mercedes driver would have wanted, but New Zealand Cam is also on a lap. Let's go on board with the probably potential, maybe could go for pole position. Let's see what the controller driver maybe will have an advantage, because people do say that controller does have a slight advantage, though I would disagree. But anyway, we'll carry on. Very smooth so far from Cam. No lockups, slamming it down to 3rd gear to try and get that extra rotation. 5/10 up though, looking promising.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking a little bit snappy there, but I'd assume that's just because he's either running a dry setup. I wouldn't because it'll be good for it to be a wet race, because well, it's like a 50-50 because this track, wet or dry, it is a little bit boring in my opinion.
Yeah.
But because it's just a constant DRS stream when it's dry, but then in the rain it'll just restrict any overtake at all, because well, it's impossible to overtake in the dry just for the corners and all that stuff. So taking away the DRS and the slipstream and being in this circumstances is honestly just wherever you've qualified.
Yeah, it's wherever you've qualified. And there you go, provisional pole straight to
18s. What a lap.
Straight away.
Very good lap from him.
You are right, it is down to qualifying in these conditions, but you also got to think in the race it's got to be down to the driver's skill, because of course, like you say, no DRS, no potential like slipstream to be available. Like, you've got to try and use your skill to 100% of your advantage, otherwise, well, it might not end well.
Yeah, absolutely, it'll be an interesting one, but getting pole position looks like Inter can't by a second, dead on almost. Just 0.6 of 1,000, so that would have been very satisfying as well.
Definitely.
But has he improved, Herald? No, he hasn't. That's good. Just keep that time like that, Herald. It's a very satisfying time of 120.0.
Yeah, keep it. Do not change it.
I don't know what it is. It's just if it's just perfectly a balanced time right there.
I mean, if we would probably look at it to 4 decimal places, it'd probably be something like 20.007 or something like that. Yeah. But we have got one comment on the stream. Let's have a quick look. Langfell, Chionis for victory. Well, maybe, who knows. But PB goes up into P2 with a 19.5. Still 9/10 off of the current provisional poleman. I think Cam's going to be pretty happy with that lap, knowing him. The 3 gloves then goes closer, 5/10 now, the gap is closed too. Maybe the track evolution is starting to kick in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just all about the confidence after these first couple of laps. The drivers, obviously, in the first laps, they did what looked like very good laps, but gradually they'll start to get into good confidence there. But yeah, there we go, Volker getting a 118.4, so see the confidence start building up on these drivers, but
And it is getting
pretty
lighter, I will
close.
say. The
Yeah.
rain is.
Someone could time this perfectly, but I genuinely don't think that near the end, if it just all of this rain just goes, if someone sticks on dries. It'll be very interesting if someone does that, but it doesn't look like it's gonna dry up near the end, unless I speak too soon and it just dries up completely. But
We could.
looks like close. We're really close from the offboards. It's getting
Harold.
quicker.
Yeah.
It's getting quicker though, but. The 120 flat dead is gone now, and he's got pole position with 118.3. So, yeah, it's 100% getting quicker, but if driver times this perfectly and a little bit of the rain goes away, same with the spray, someone sticks on a dry tyre, it'd be interesting.
Certainly, because we could see what happened in PSGL F5. In Belgium, during the race, the track dried up in 1 lap. It dried up straight to softs in 1 lap, and that is Game Freaker now a second up on their time. Purple middle sector, but that is usually the game glitch, of course. We remember that from FP. We'd be like, oh, purple middle sector. Oh, it's not
Yeah, and
purple.
then it just never was. It was just them improving by like a good 2 times, but
Yeah.
always lied in that middle sector. But then again, the middle sectors in every track are always just the exact same times with everyone.
Yeah, Game Freaker jumping up to P6. Most drivers being in the 18s now. Most drivers going to be getting out of the 19s easily. Let's try and find somebody late on in the lap. We could have a look at...
Norim, potentially?
Yeah,
I'm not
Norim.
too sure. He's got his ERS on, so I'm going to assume he's going for a lap. He's got the little red fuel bar, so he's toned down the fuel a little bit, but we're going a little bit too much from that curb there. But
A will comment. Harold.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
it was a close snap there of him, but he saved it.
Harold is on 4 lap old inters when he set that.
It might just be a dry race, but yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Carbros!
Cambros with the 2 lap old intermediates, 17s. Yeah, it's starting to get quicker with these drivers.
It really is. Let's try and find somebody else who's on a fresh lap. There's Chonis, who is currently coming through sector 1, turn 5. Now turn 7 coming towards very fast corner. Am I right? No, wait, what? I'm confusing
He
myself.
looked a bit hesitated there. He looked a little bit hesitant there, going on the power there. He hesitated on it there. TNR Jonas, if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, he's looking good. I think it was half a second he's up by, but I'd assume he is because he's at a 119.7. Meanwhile, the other drivers in the 18s around about now. So.
A second up now, yeah. So he's in the 18.7s area. So we could look that he's maybe going to jump up to P7, P6 with this lap. Of course, the only
He's
racing
got to master
point,
this part. He's got to master this part.
the banking. Will he take it flat? Oh, about 80% throttle there in the race point. Oh,
that was close. That was close. Good catch there. I'm going to give him a little fry. But
P2.
oh, he actually gets P2. He gets much better than what we just said. You're on the 5th, but with that little snap, he was. Oh, and that's satisfying as well. A 118.222. It's even nicer.
When you get the perfect time,
that's
so it's
amazing.
down to the like 222. Oh, you're just gonna please us two, just no matter what. You may not be on pole. You may not be on pole, but you've satisfied us. Cam's on
Yeah,
a
I
lap.
love satisfying times.
Let's see what Cam can do. Will he improve by enough to get Cornbros back again?
He dropped a lot of positions actually, and he was just like pole position like a minute ago, and now everyone else has just gotten quicker. So yeah, if these guys are finding time, then he sure will be. But I'm not gonna lie, it genuinely looks like he's getting heavier now. It looks like he's just went from full on wet to just heavy, then light, and now it's looking a bit heavier now. But
He's 7/10 up.
yeah, he's
Straight
still
away
gaining
purple.
time. This could be interesting. He's got both purple sectors. You have to avoid that little, just that bit on where you can see. I'm not so sure what that turn is.
Turn 10
But
now.
just avoid the big puddles or avoid any
Yes.
slides, especially on the banking, as we saw with I think it was Jonas. That had a little bit of
1.1
a snap.
seconds up. That's going to be a 17.5.
This is
It
close.
looks like it's
This
going
is
to be a
gonna be close.
17.5.
Good, it's just that banking that he needs to make sure not to. Well, even when we saw that you said that he got 80% power on Jonas, let's see if Cam goes full power.
Yes, he does.
He's going for it. He's gunning for it. Is he going to get the pole position?
Holy!
Oh, and
yes.
he does.
By
It's
9,
that
10.
Big amount of difference there. It's almost just a 17 flat there, but what a lap though. That I will pay someone if they can somehow beat this time. Genuinely, that is a good time. 8 tenths almost separating first to second, so Inter Cam are doing a big league of his own, but if it's driving the race, then it'll give everyone more equal tires. It's the only thing that'll be good for all the drivers, is it'll be equal tires, but what do you think, Gwen? What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think we could have a wet race? But then again, a couple drivers did just do like 5 laps on the inners, so I'm not too sure.
I think I'm going to agree with dry race, but we could see some odd strategies, to say the least, because we could see some people starting on the hards, some people starting on the mediums, and then maybe the people that are brave and start on the softs. But there's one strategy that keeps catching my eye, is that I don't know whether somebody might try the medium soft strategy. It's very hard, but I think I have seen it done once.
Where did the guy finish? Did he win it or something? I'm guessing.
I think he did on the last lap.
Oh no! But did it look like it could actually work?
It would have worked because his tyre wear looked good. His average pace was perfect. So Carnbro's on a lap with the fresh inters. What can they do in the McLaren? Coming through turn 1, very steady and cautious. Cam's retired.
Cam looking very confident. He's got his teammates in second place as well, being Super Guy and L. So Ferrari's in a pretty solid position right now for the race, but will hinder them a little bit. Yeah, it will hinder them a little bit. Yeah, it's amazing to see the Ferraris on the front row, but it will hinder Super Guy and L, because now that if they're both teammates, Super is gonna have to tone down the sending business.
Yeah.
Considering his teammate, that's the only flaw about having a teammate right in front of you, especially at the front groups, because you know that if you do something a bit stupid to him and you kind of ruin his race and your race, you're just gonna feel guilty. So it's like,
yeah,
you just gotta stick behind him, and then if you feel like you can overtake him, just do it, but don't do anything that's gonna ruin both of yours. But
you gotta take it steady if it's your teammate. You don't want to, like, say, full on send it like you would with any normal person.
Yeah.
Trigo's going
Body
into
got fourth. Body got fourth with a 118.1. Yeah, he improved his time by 5 laps, but it's another driver. That was Harold, 117.5. So every driver is getting good times, but it's not close enough to Cam yet. So yeah, Cam feeling like he just pulled out a really good time. I'm gonna look at the race and see where he just found all this time. So he got a 0.3 in the first. What was Harold's? 0.5, so he's found like an extra 2 times in the first sector, and his middle sector just, whoa, it's a 20.5, and then, so yeah, the middle sector is just tied with everyone.
Yeah, that's something I'll say that's average. Like, you've already said that middle sector tends to be pretty similar. It's just the first and the third that usually differentiate.
I see where he's done it. He's found time by 2 tenths in the first sector, and he's found 3 tenths in the last sector.
Wow.
So. But I guess if you take that curve before I don't know what it is, but you take that big curve, I'm honestly not too sure. It's where Super Guy NL is approaching right now. This corner right here, that big curve right there, that inside curve, you can basically just take that as you see Super Guy just bounces car suspension straight off it and not even getting validation. But
that's the thing with this game, it's so inconsistent, the invalidations are. TV set takes P11 now, that you can get away with things, but then you can't with like the most minute things.
Oh, there's a Haas right in that wall right there.
Oh, there's an AlphaTauri as well.
Both the cars.
As Carbros go over to P2.
Oh, that's a good lap from him. Still though, I honestly don't know
now
where
Mercedes!
Oh, this is getting very close, I'm not gonna lie to you. And also people are losing it as well. This is great to see.
That's 3 cars in 1 corner go.
Hopefully it doesn't happen in the race.
No, definitely not, because if it happens in the race, well, yeah, I don't think much is going to happen very well.
We've got 16 people, so it's a good amount of number for some good action to spice up this race, but obviously DNFs and all that stuff. Just hope we don't have a lot. I'm not too sure what the DNFing is like in this division, but hopefully it's not too many to the point that it's just going to be a dull race, because, well, right now it's looking like a dull qualifying, like, literally. It's not looking like it's going to dry at all, but there's the qualifying over. Looks like Enzo Cam taking pole position by an insane amount. Yeah, insane margin.
I mean, in some days you do see 5 tenths between the whole, like, top 10, but no, 3 tenths for the just top 2. But anyway, New Zealand Cam is on pole with the Calm Bros in P2. Herald is in P3 with Super Guy and L in P4. Volker P5. P6 is Chonis. P7 is Mats. P8 is PB. P9 is Vapor Trent. And Brandon is P10. I'll let you do outside top 10.
Also the top 10 we have in P11 we have Paldi, then in 12th place we have Sven, TB Zen, and then in 13th place we have Free Gloves, and 14th we have Game Freaker, 15th we have Prehens, and then 16th place running off the grid we have Norim Racing in the Haas. So pretty solid qualifying, to say the least, though. Every driver participated in the qualifying, no one did not get a time in, so the race will be interesting, see if it rains or if it dries out, but I do just hope it's a dry race. I really do.
Yeah, dry races are going to be important at this rate. But,
It's looking nice and sunny.
Yes, it is, and lovely and sunny. It's going to be a dry race by the looks of things. But, however, for the win, Paco has said, good old Paco Suarez.
Yeah, I watched his race. It didn't look too good on F9. It's unfortunate. Because I just watched the race there, the F9 race, just to see what happened. But the F9 race looked pretty interesting at this track. It looked like some drivers in that tier went for 14 laps on the softs and then went into the hards. So yeah, it's looking like that's the strategy: soft hards or soft medium. Be interesting, but then safety cars can just come into play, which can kind of ruin the guys on the hards.
This is where I think most if they're smart, they might start on the softs, but then it could also be a not as clever maneuver at the same time, because you'll have to pit earlier than everybody, have worse tyres at the end of the race, aka harder compound, which won't end so well.
Like a second slower or something as well than the mediums or the softs. So yeah, it's just. The track is one of the worst. Like, it's amazing, yeah, for like just doing like them 1 lap TT videos and all that stuff, for, like your Twitter and all that stuff. But genuinely, league racing for the drivers, it's not the nicest. No. I can be quite honest with you. That it's a nice atmosphere.
Yes.
It's not the nicest race to overtake.
So Cam started on mediums, Carlbro and Herald on hards, then Superguy and Ellen Folk on mediums, then Chonis on hards. Matt's
I like this. We've got
mediums,
a mix.
PB on softs, Trench on mediums, Brandon on softs, mediums for Powdy, hards for TB Sen, softs for Free Gloves, Game Freaker on hards, Prenz on hards, and then Noim on mediums.
This is mixed. I like this. So I'm just saying, Brent, if any of these drivers get like a bit of damage on that hard compound, honestly, it's done for them. Because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go like medium something? Medium soft. Starting on the hards is a really big gamble.
It is because
they can last 25 laps, but you get damage or anything, you're in the pen because you're gonna have to pit and you're gonna have to decide either stick on the softs, which is just not gonna work. They'll only last 14. And then the mediums will just last 20. So it's like you just need to stay consistent. Don't send it. And all that stuff, and you'll be completely fine.
Yeah, you don't want to make any stupid mistakes, because of course, like you say, with the medium softs you can go, say, box in, put the hards on and go to the end. With the hards, yeah, you can't do that because
your strategy's already blown away.
Yeah, and the game doesn't allow you to go on the hards for some reason, I found. Like, you can't go from hard to hard mid-race.
Yeah, it's weird. You can only touch them once, and then once it's over, it's over. But you do have like mediums and all that stuff. You do mediums and then stick on the same set after you've just boxed or something. It's very odd, but yeah, best of luck to the drivers. Hopefully, no one does get damaged into turn 1 and just plays it safe. But obviously, it's F8, so I'd expect it to obviously just be chill and no one sending it in the inside after the first lap.
I'm going to guess that, because it is F8, and you do usually find that some tiers do like to be a bit ambiguous with where they're going to send it, because I've seen many a send in F8 that's maybe been a bit iffy.
I'm guessing that was at Belgium or something. There was a couple of sends. Turn 1.
Hopefully Cam can break his curse, because really he's not had very good luck this season at all. But who knows what can happen. Anyway, can we get a better camera angle before the lights come on? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, all illuminated now, and it's going to be now lights out, and away we go. Very good start then from New Zealand Cam in the Ferrari. Carnbros is choosing to stick to the inside line. Well, Herald is going to look to the outside slightly. We're going to slot him behind, and here you go. Super Guy NL is going to go down the inside now for the next corner. Same with Folker's going to follow through on Herald. That cost me a bit because I'm trying to work out what's going on with the timing.
Oh,
As that's Brandon back of the grid right now on the soft tyres. PB being sat right behind a Haas that seems to be Noim Racing, who's had a very good start by the looks of things, but I just want this game glitch to sort itself out, and there we go. Noim Racing starting P16, already back up into P9. It's a very good start there. Powdy being in P8. Honest, Matt's getting up to 5th place already on the medium tyres, and the Carnbros dropping a position to the 2 Ferraris. But of course the hard tyres, that price you got to pay, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked like a pretty clean start to say the least. Obviously, unfortunate for Brandon having a little bit of unwise business. But we've got a Red Bull versus Haas right now. I've got Norman versus PB. Looks like PB sending it down the inside.
Goes
the bandits on, giving him a little bit of a tap there. But overall, though, PB gets the move done and dusted. But it looks like Vapor Trench, though, burning the overtake. It's looking like it's going to be a free wide in turn 1. But is Trench going to get the move done?
Yes, he is.
He's very close, yeah, he's got the move done. Fantastic.
But here we go. Noim's going down the inside of PB into turn 2. Oh, it's then going to have to try round the outside.
Ooh, that's a tricky place as well. Ooh. But he's going to have to back out. The drivers, though, they're giving a good fight for each other. For some reason, they are ghosting on my screen. I don't know what's up. It's just probably the timing glitch. But, yeah, Norm, he's having a little bit of a lackluster start, breaking a little bit late there. It's going to be the Mercedes driver as TB's in. He's getting the move done. I'd say he just does look like he's struggling a little bit, but he's trying to defend as best he can, but it's just not looking good for him. He's lost another position, sat in P12 now.
Yeah, but Folker is right all over the back of Carnbros, who's on the hard tyres, of course, and I've got some information for you. Raining at the end.
Oh, so we're getting a mix now. So we've got a mix of the tyre strategies, and now we've got a good mix of the weather. So it's like a little crossover point near around for it. So I'm gonna go dry and then rain. Do you reckon it'll be that rainy that they'll have to pit onto wet tyres? Do you reckon they can just probably get the hard tyres, the guys in the softs?
I don't know. They might go into the hard tyres to the end, but very much close between 3 Gloves and Noim Racing. Noim Racing's going backwards, as you say.
He's going wide there. Yeah, it's starting to look like that, and he's got the same. Maybe I'm not too sure. Maybe he's running a wet setup or something. Maybe he thought it was a wet race because of the qualifying or something. I'm not too sure, but he's looking like he's lacking the straight line speed and just the corner. Like, he's going deep at some parts. Maybe he's turned off an assist or something that he's just getting new to. But yeah, as you said, it does look like he's going backwards a lot. But there's an interesting little battle here between
Brandon and
Prenz right now. Yeah, I think the softs are just going to win this battle, but maybe not though. It looks like Prenz, good fight, but Brandon getting past him for P15. What else is happening? It's just going to be a DRS train, so we'll just have to see if any drivers actually have the guts to just go send it.
Certainly. Langfell said, think it was very late, but you never know on this game, which is very true. You never know when.
Absolutely. Oh, a Folker, he's almost round. That was close. The Carnbros went for a move, and it looked like Folker kind of touched that inside curb at turn 1. It's very lethal. He did it, but he did a good drift, I rate it. He saved the car completely, but he did lose a lot of time there to Mats and a little bit of Herald, but looking pretty decent so far. Carnbros burned big amount of ERS, but the Ferraris though, they're just in their 70s, chilling in 2nd and 1st.
Certainly.
But yeah,
just gonna say, had a couple of frame drops. Gotta love the game dropping frames in the middle of a commentary. But no, Mats is saving ERS. Got DRS open though on Folker, who's also got DRS on Karn. But it's very evened out. Trench is right on the back of Powdy still. TB Sen's on the back of them. Of course on the hards though, so not going to have as much mechanical grip as the rest. Going to have to be relying on the aerodynamics to try and pull him around. Prenz though, losing time to Brandon was alongside. Noim Racing straight away with a 3-second time penalty now on lap 5.
Look at his straight line speed of Trench. if he was like, if he got a much better exit onto the banking, he could have actually got the move done just there. But his straight line speed's looking like one of the main highlights. Trench braked a little bit early there, or late, you could say, was going into the back of Paldy. So it looks like Trench has got a little bit of a bad cornering, but he's got the straight line speed to back him up.
Certainly, there's a battle going on the front between Volker and Carnbros. It was going on earlier on. I got it on camera, but now Mats is onto the back of them. He's going to want to get involved in this. Well, here we go. Volker is right on the back. DRS will be enabled for the not for the Carnbros. Oh, Carnbros spun!
Oh! Oh, he's rejoined onto track. What's going on?
He came straight back onto track. And now Powdy's going to want to get by. And Powdy's tapped the rear of him.
Oh, he's tapping the back of him. He needs to know he's got damage. Tap with the brakes, Powdy. What are you doing? It's looking like he's trying to get past him. Obviously, it'd be a bit. I wouldn't.
Powdy's just gone straight
actually, he's just sick and tired of it. He's like, you know what? I'm just getting past you. Same with Trench. PB. Oh, that was very odd there, but.
He's trying to go in the pit lane.
Yeah, he was trying to go in the pit lane, and Zen. I'm just gonna call him Zen. TB Zen. Like he was going for the move as well, but.
Yeah.
Callum was going into the pit lane, but that's unfortunate for Callum because he looked like he was having an interesting fight with Volker, but it gives Volker a lot of good clean air to potentially catch up to the Ferraris, but now the Ferraris, they've actually got a pretty decent gap to like, potentially pit later in the race and not even double stack, but
so
still they've got that rain.
Yeah, 2 Ferraris, New Zealand Cam leading by 3 seconds from Super Guy NL, then Volker another 3 seconds behind that as PB now gets a 3-second time point, and it showed me on board with the McLaren. Well done, game.
Yeah,
that's not PB, that's PB. PB is dropping down the order and has spun round at, where is that? Turn 10.
10. Yeah, okay, so it's turn 10, yeah. I honestly don't know the turns on this track. Never done it before, but yeah, it's a very tricky place. It's also another part that has a horrendous, like, curb that you tap it, your whole car goes around. Track's a bit unrealistic with the curbs, it's just you spin on them instantly. But it's just overall looking like a DRS train. But Trench though, sending it down the inside on Paldy into turn 1, it's not going to be anything too major unless Paldy tries to defend it. But it's Trench. We burned a lot of ERS though just to get that move done. A little bit deep, but that's put him into P7 now. So he's 100% been the best guy to do the overtakes in this race, and he's sent a lot in turn 1. It's like it's the hot spot for Trench to start sending it there.
Yeah. Of course, with that, like you say, such a straight line speed, he can just go a lot quicker into the corner. I mean, of course, he's going to be braking late and throwing that Alpha Tauri, and I almost said Red Bull, don't ask me why. But it's going to be a bit odd. The straight line speed is good, but then you think about it, trying to get that car stopped. I'm surprised that he maybe hasn't had a few moments going into turn 1 where he's maybe messed it up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting though, because lap 7 and these guys are already treating it like it's just near the end and it's off the win, but it's just all this DRS training. It's gonna start. It wouldn't frustrate a few people. It will get to the people that their patience will just start running out, so they're just gonna have to send it.
That is Prentice into
just
pit
be
lane.
sensible. Looks like Brandon. I don't actually know if he sent that move there on Game Freak or if they just got really close to each other. But yeah, turn 1 looking like a very interesting place for the sending. But we've seen a couple of sends off lap 1 when we saw people lunging it into the first banking zone in the first sector. We haven't seen any on this downhill, like fast right-hander onto the first sector. That'd be a nice place to see someone go for a move, but you'd have to have a lot of trust in the driver that you're doing that with. But I've only ever done it once, and that was with a mate, but I don't think I could do it with like someone that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have a lot of trust, especially
My problem
there.
is I find that I think we will see these moves possibly, but it might be not until like later on in the season, until the drivers know what each other are like, and it's like for sending moves, because this is where it comes in handy. When you're racing with your mates, you know them well enough that you know, oh, they'll go to the inside at this corner and defend like this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always the bad thing about getting promoted. Like some of these drivers have probably been promoted from like F9 or F10, etc. So it's like it's a whole different grid, and you got to just read them and know who's who and get on the good side, or if you're on the bad side of a driver, you'll soon adapt and learn what they're like. But when
Nice
you're at the lead,
racing.
like Intel Cam, you don't need to adapt on anyone but just yourself. Right now, he's got a 5.9 second gap, so.
Yeah, Cam's like, goodbye, see you later. Oh, that is Trench round in the
Oh,
wall.
that was Trench. He was on a very good
And he's
one, but he's
retired.
retired on the track though. But I don't think anything would be
Possible
wrong with
safety
that.
car.
Yeah, he's retired on the track, but I don't see anything wrong with it as he wasn't in the way of any driver.
Yeah, I see. Let's see, will that be any safety car?
He gave up very easily though, I'll be honest with you, he gave up very, very easily.
Yeah.
Because he didn't actually retire, he could have just went, because he was only on the mediums, he could have went onto like hards or something, prayed for a safety car or something, and something else happened, but so we've got a first retirement at lap 9.
Yeah, 9, sorry.
Yeah, lap 9. Now it's 10 though.
New
6
Zealand
laps
Cam is
left.
pulling.
Yeah, he's doing amazing right now. If we do ever get him an interview at the end of this
Yeah.
race, it's not going to be really any questions that we can ask him.
No.
We can only just ask him, so how do you feel you're going to do for next week? And that's it. It's
Yeah,
like right now
or
his
you could
race
say
is just
like,
looking
how
P1,
calm
that's
was it? How calm was it as you were pulling the gap? But I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
look at the two Ferraris ERS usage. They've still got pretty high, to be fair.
Yeah, it looks like Enzel Cam did burn a good amount of ERS. He was averaging on his 70s, but he's starting to build up on that again. So I think he was just trying for the fast slap, and I think he's got it actually. Yeah, he does. 1 of 12 flat, so he's 5 times quicker than his teammate on the fastest lap, and he's improving by half a tenth for his time again. So yeah, he's just pulling in these back-to-back fastest laps, but. There we go,
PB with another
PB, penalty.
Another one.
Oh, another? Oh, he's got another. I didn't actually notice that. I would never expect you to really get penalties on this track, but
No.
I think it's only ever just after that done around you can go a little bit wide, because it's just the momentum that you're getting for it. You go a little bit wide or something on that curb getting exceeds, but the rest of the track, apart from that, except that corner, is
Here we go.
impossible, really.
TB Sen going down the inside of Howdy into turn 1 now. And that was a very easy DRS pass as now Brandon is in.
Howdy keeps tapping the back of people every time. He did it again to TB Zen, and TB Zen almost having a half spin there. Howdy just tapping the back of people all the time. But yeah, Brandon, he's put onto the softs, which is a bit odd, so I'm going to be honest with you.
But
He's doing this medium soft a bit early, like you said.
Yeah. One thing I'm just going to comment on is, you were talking about teammates, you always like to be more gentle with them because you don't want to be the person to blame for it. You think about it right now, you've got Ecos Mats and Ecos Herald together.
Oh,
Though
yeah,
they're not in
like
the
a
same team,
sports
they're still in the
yeah,
same
they're
team
in the
together.
team, yeah.
So it's going to be the problem
they'll
of...
be...
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good look for the team in general if you think about them having two of the drivers just take each other out. So yeah, they'll probably be on good terms. So even no matter what, they're not in the same team, but they'll probably necessarily work as a team, like, as teammates, just to help each other.
Yeah.
Matt, look at his ERS though compared to Harold,
6%.
so it probably will be maybe this. Well, it's not going to be this lap, but I'd reckon next lap I do think we'll see Harold potentially put up a battle to match for the 4th position, and then if Harold looks like he's going much quicker, what it does though, Harold looks like he's much quicker than the driver in front of him, and potentially Folker. So
It's just the fact that he's stuck behind Mats that he
we can't really tell. Yeah, we can't really tell, but then again, Folker's starting to catch up on Super Guy. I was just stuck on the interval turn, so I had the leader run on for a little bit just to check. But yeah, 1.5 seconds. So Super Guy is probably the most vulnerable right now because technically, he's not the leader, but you technically think he is the leader because it's that big of a gap to him and his teammates. So everyone will be just trying to go on towards Super Guy, just get into his DRS and then pass him. Right now, he's got a big train behind him, so if Super Guy makes any little mistake to the point he loses a lot of time, he's going to be very vulnerable. I'm going to be honest with you with that.
Yeah, because of course, you think about it, Ecos Herald is in the best position out of all 3 of these drivers ahead of him. We're going to be able to go a lot longer on them tyres, but you think about it, as 9 Racing gets another 3-second time penalty, the drivers are going to lose 14.5 seconds in the pit lane. So even if Cam was to pit in right now, he would come out in P6.
I just looked at where he got that penalty. He got that before the banking, and I'm confused on how. Norm got that penalty before the banking, so he didn't get it on like the chicane or something. It's odd. But yeah, the penalties won't really help each other. No one. Well, right now it's literally just looking like a DRS train, which is just always the worst part about doing commentary. Is it's just trains, and then you just go wait on someone to make a mistake or something, and that train will just break. And if the train breaks, then we're gonna have no offs ends and all that stuff. So this track is just the worst in my opinion. That's the nicest way I could put this track. For PG terms, for PSGL terms, it's the most nicest way I could describe this track. It's just not my nicest track. I don't like it. But drivers though, they're to be fair with them, they're doing pretty well. I've only got one retirement, and that was just, you could say, a rage quit.
Yeah, making one slight mistake and then rage quitting on lap 9. That, in my opinion, it's not the best thing to do. But
you should never do that, even if you make like a big mistake that's pretty dumb. Because yeah, fair enough, he did go from pretty far back to then P7 with the sense, but he shouldn't have given up. Because if he knew that he had that pace to go from where he was to P7, he could have been potentially up into the top 5 if like a safety car gets deployed or anything.
But if there is a safety car deployed anytime soon, I think most drivers will end up boxing straight away, even if they're on the hards, because they can take the mediums for say 22 laps, maybe at push. It would be hard, don't get me wrong, but they could try it.
Well, this is an interesting scrap. We've got, looks like Prenz on Norum, obviously Norum having, I think it's like 9 seconds of pens now.
Let me have a look.
I'm pretty sure.
Six. Norm's got on the grass.
Oh, Prenz! Oh, he's lunging it down in turn 10. Oh, but it looks like Norum retaliating though.
Yeah, because Norm actually went wide onto the grass.
Got it. Yeah, that was a very nice move from our friends. Being there at the right time. It's always the nicest feeling, getting the move just done by some driver, make a little mistake like that. It's always good to adapt on the things. But talking about that though, Harold though, sending it on his, you could say his esports teammate of Matt's, getting the move done into turn 1. So now we can see if, well, Harold's burned a lot of ERS just to get past Matt.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the greatest for him.
But Volker's now within DRS of Super Guy.
This is spicing up right now. So if Harold can just save his ERS, which is, well, this track is tricky in a lot of things. Building up the ERS and keeping your tyres cool. The lefts are going to be dead. That's the one thing I've been told about this track, is that the left tyre, or the salt on the salt, they just die. Yeah. So I think they would be the same for the mediums, but hards are pretty much difficult to overheat, so they'll be fine.
Certainly. I'm just going to say this now. I wonder when we'll see the likes of Cam, Super Guy now, and Volker pit in. But I will say, it's getting darker here in Zandvoort.
Yeah, they could actually just do that. Just go on the hards and then just wait it out until it genuinely gets wet, and then that's it, boom, race done. But
good idea.
Just one little bit of damage on them hards, and it's just strategy out the window, because you're going to have to pit 2 times. If it rains near the end, that's bad, then it's not going to be good. But Volker though, potentially going to get the move done next lap, but he's going to have to use this lap just bring out all his prime pace just so he can get into that DRS for the following lap after this one.
The 2 Ferraris.
Yeah, right now it's not looking like anyone's going to break Enzo or Cam unless Enzo or Cam. But the only way that Cam can make a mistake is if it's from his own mistake.
Yeah, which we've seen multiple times already.
I've seen it multiple times as well. Yeah, I've seen it in other leagues of Cam. He just makes a little mistake, and then it's always very unfortunate for him. But right now, though, not even like trying to predict his race too early. He's looking in a good position right now. He's not a pit window ahead. No. Like he'll still come out behind a couple drivers. It's like 14 seconds or 17 seconds averaging. So you'll come out like. Yeah, so he'll come out round about like P6, and then once everyone else pits, then he'll just be back up into the lead. But he'll want to gain as much time as he can possibly. He still can regain maybe higher.
Yeah, I will say though, is that Cam, he's very much a person that does very much crack easily under pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the main thing with him. When he does bottle, you do say that he will be in a pack of cars when he bottles, mainly. Yeah,
it's always, especially this track, it's like when you have battles at Monaco, it's hard to happen, but if you are P1 and you're getting pressured by tons of guys and you're not going quick enough, it's a little bit pressuring and you'll make a mistake and you'll just crack like a glass bottle, and then that's hence you bottling because you just cracked and you've just messed up completely. But it's looking like Volker though. He could be the one to split the Ferrari 1-2 right now. He's 6/10, around about 7/10, but so yeah, he's gonna if he's got a good amount of ERS with Super Guy having 50, so Super Guy has a lot to defend and Volker has enough to attack. So
yeah,
it'll just come for the straight line speeds on either one of these drivers. But it's all about just the banking. You just need to, like, especially here. I just want to get a good exit runs here without getting any warnings. But yeah, we'll see if Volker can get it this lap. But
Dupe's going into the pit lane.
He's chipping in the pit lane. I don't know what he's doing about that. He can go another 4 laps until he needs to pit. So yeah, we'll see. Right, it does look like it's dimming down a little bit. The crowd will need to get ready for their umbrellas if it starts getting a little bit.
Yeah, get their little ponchos on.
Yeah. Right now,
rain in
it's
5
not
minutes. Rain in 5 minutes. I have been informed.
How are you getting these little what is it? These little things? Have you got like TAS or something that like notifies us?
Look at the stream chat.
Wait, let me look.
Just look at the stream chat, plain and simply. People are telling me.
People, how are they knowing that? Oh, but did you got like
engineering? They'll probably be engineering the drivers.
Okay, fair enough. Hello everyone, welcome onto the stream.
Yeah, hello. If you haven't, or if you weren't here at the start, we are on lap 18, as you can see, halfway through the race actually.
Oh, Trap put a little comment. Oh yeah, Trap, congratulations on winning your race.
Oh, did he win?
Yeah, he won, and a lot of drivers are complaining, telling him to get promoted. I don't know how much he won by, but yeah, he's he looks like some of the people are a little bit salty off him winning, but that always happens when you do well in a league. Just don't like it.
No.
So yeah, people won't be too fond of Cam right now if he wins by this margin right now, 8.7. Oh, and the Super Guy in L tapped the inside curb. It looks like Volker. A little bit of a shout there, but
yeah, Volker's still
he did that curb. Yeah, he did exactly what I said there, Brennan. That inside curb and turn around, just like Super Guy was just having a little bit too much of a cruise. Just like he was just. He went a bit too tight, but he saved it though. But if Volker went for it though, that would have been his best opportunity. But he's still technically behind him though, so it's not the job done for Volker right now. But that was a very big mistake for Super Guy. That's lost him a lot of time. But still in second place though. But
that's another guy in the pit lane.
We always get very hesitant to shout it because it can always be close. But yeah, we've got 17 laps to go. Still. Looking pretty dim, not yet though. Yeah, it's PB having an unfortunate race though. He was kind of put on the softs as well, so.
It's certainly getting darker in the Netherlands now. We see all the flags up on the grandstand, but this is where Volker really needs to push now. Use his overtake to get past Super Guy now, maybe. No, he's going to choose not to.
He's lost a lot of time actually for Super Guy making that mistake.
Yes.
That would have been Super Guy's best opportunity. Like, to get overtaken. Sorry, it was Volker's best.
They're locked wheels right now, Mats and Giannis. Still going side by side.
Whoa, they're actually going to go for it. They're testing each other. The trust right here is amazing, but.
Come on, lads, that's
outside move.
They're still going for it.
Oh, and he's got that exit. He's got that amazing exit with the wide line, but fantastic battling though. This is for the top 5, so this isn't just like some random guys. This is for the top 5 right here in F8, everyone. So yeah, fantastic racing from Mats and Giannis.
And it's official, Cam is now 10 seconds ahead of any other driver on track.
He's close. Yeah, he's if he gains another 4 seconds, round about in 5 laps time, or well, the mediums last like 21, and then the hards last 25. So I would assume that if Cam is going to box soon, but if it is true about this rain coming in 5 laps, he doesn't want to pit on fresh a set of like fresh tires, and then he has to pit again. So he's just going to have to wait it out. Tire save the car. Save some fuel, well not burn the fuel, and maybe potentially by the time it rains he's got enough to just push the car, but
who knows?
A different league right now from him, but Volker, he was 1.5 tenths there, but he's not close enough, but looks like Harold checking out Volker's rear end there as well, so we've got a nice, good scrap here for P2.
Ooh, Volker got a bit beached on the curb.
Oh!
Harold's going to try the outside, nah, it's not going to be on
the rear as well. He lost the rear as well. Every driver, looking like they've all got the slidey setups enabled right now for them. But It's looking scary for this. And I'm a little bit scared as well for these guys because, well, if they're losing the rear at these little places, I can't imagine how they're going to react with all this. Well, their engine's going to be absolutely cooked and all that stuff because it's just the impact around driver is just going to do your engine in, and potentially tires and time. Harold tapping Volker there, just telling him to speed up a little bit, but this will be good for Super Guy because now Volker's going to have to defend off Harold and try to attack Super Guy, so Volker right now is in a tricky situation right now, Bryn. And it is starting to rain. It is actually raining. It's raining. Here we go. It's raining now, so whoever said it was raining in 5 minutes, well, we've got the rain now here, so it's confirmation for me and Bryn. It is indeed raining, so. Oh, but here we go. Volker, though. This is the best run he's had.
He's going to go around the outside. He's going to try to the outside of him. He's not got the run. Harold's too far behind him. He's going to get the cutback. Though. He's got the cutback. The cutback of dreams. They're going side by side. Oh, this contact. Oh, drift. Oh, that was magnificent.
Formula drift, and he's got to get that exit. Come on.
Yes, he has as well.
Oh, he's done it.
He's done it, but Super Guy's still there. He's still there. He's still there, though.
He's given space. Yeah, he's given space.
He's done it. He's done it.
Oh, that'll be on the highlight reel, 100% for Volker. He'll be very happy about that. That was a lot of trust there. Fantastic racing as well. Well, inch between their tires there. Not even a single wheel bang, neither. No. But Volker had a little bit of a drift though. But
Harold is right on the back of Super Guy now. Look at this. Here we go.
Hearts are going to be bumping right now
for
the drivers. But
Harold, he's tapping him up the rear. He's trying to go. Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. Noim's gone onto the inters already.
Ooh, yeah, we'll have to check and see. Well,
Cam stayed out for another lap.
He's not the best driver to try and check out to see how the timings are going to be doing between them both, but we'll try our best and look at Norm and see if he's gaining, but right now it's still a try.
Here comes Harold. He's too far back though. Is he going to send it on the brakes? No, he's too far back. Oh, he keeps coming close to the back of that Ferrari.
So it is going to be split, potentially, if Harold can get this move done. Oh, Super Guy brakes very early for that banking zone compared to the rest of the guys who start to lock up because they don't expect it from him. But looks like Volker actually had. He's lost almost a second just to Volker, so you could kind of see that Volker was getting a little bit impatient from the move, but it wasn't even an impatient move. He did it splendidly there, but you can almost see that how much pace Volker has now. He's gapping him by almost a second this lap. But Harold though, he's gonna have to pick his moment though, because by the time DRS gets enabled,
the rear of Super Guy L there.
Once the DRS gets disabled, it's just game over now. You're just gonna either have to just hope that the guy spins or just something. Because once, like I said before, Bryn, in the qualifying, once the rain once the rain starts unfolding, it's just game over. You just gotta really hope that they make a mistake, but this is his best moment possible.
Still too far back. He looks to the inside, tapping the rear.
Trying to spook Super Guy, but Super Guy's not even intimidated by it whatsoever. He's stuck to his line. Harold's gonna have to know that he's just gonna have to send it because he's losing time, and Jonas is right behind him on the hard tires.
Yeah, Jonas is like, come on, let's get a move on, lads. Now that's Brendan dropping down to P12. Noim Racing's losing a lot of time on them intermediates. Obviously, it's not time yet. There's no spray coming off of them either. So, yeah, obviously not time for it. But if Cam was to pit in soon, he would come out in P5. Wow.
It's going to be an interesting one. But right now, the race is technically on like a thread of who wins it. Like, yeah, Cam's got a pretty good
lead
gap. Yeah, he's got a good gap, but it's all about just whoever does the strategy. Strategy call.
Yeah, who's gonna pit in first?
Suppose.
If
Cam goes too early or too late, I think every driver's just gonna follow what Cam does. But this almost reminds me of a race at Singapore this season. I saw that the drivers, they had a little bit of rain in Singapore, but they could still withstand the mediums and the hards in this weather circumstance. So it's always possible. But
oh, Johnny, sorry, I just got a bit excited there.
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's looking like they are starting to get a little bit tire wear. Harold, every single time it keeps scaring me because I'm just worried he's going to start tapping the back of Super Guy every time.
Mats is coming for the softs.
Oh, here we go. Him and Prince. on Mats. You got the move. You got the pit lane move. You could say the pit lane move.
Oh, Cam's losing a lot of time. He's got a puncture. Cam's got a puncture.
Oh! Oh no way. Oh yeah, because oh yeah, I forgot I told you this, Bryn. The mediums can only last 20. That's why you always touch the hards, because the hards can last 25. Well, this is bad for Cam.
Whereas the other drivers on the mediums have not got a puncture right
Oh
now.
yeah, this is reminding me of some like Lightning McQueen kind of business right now. Like if this was near the end and bloody the red car getting a puncture and then he's just getting close to the finish line, and now he's gonna have to win it.
He's gonna have to box
He's gonna
him.
lose a lot of time. Yeah, he's gonna have to box. But just imagine if this was the last lap and he got that puncture. He wins the race with a puncture. Like
so
some
Lewis
Lightning
Hamilton.
McQueen
Here
business.
go. Focus coming in as well.
Oh, super
And
guy though.
Harold.
That's yeah. Cam,
Going
though,
on
he's
to
lost
soft
a lot of
tyres.
time.
They're going on softs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like Singapore, and I can't remember what division it was. It was ages ago Singapore was.
Harold's
but,
got
yeah,
an Inters though.
It's all about the strategy though, isn't it, Brian? It's like,
Yes.
will it get heavier? But they've got a crash though. It's Paldy's doing some donuts on the near the banking, and it's always whenever the driver's facing backwards, it is always a bit difficult to see where they have lost it. But yeah, it's just on the banking zone.
And he's got a puncture on his front left.
Yeah, the
Oh, he's lost it
mediums
slightly. Oh, going around the back.
mediums, they can never last 25 laps or even around about that, because that's where the hards start to get ready to pit.
Yeah.
But
And now
looks like
Ecos
Terry
Mats
Eunice-
is up into net P2.
Is Harold gaining though? He's looking
Harold.
like he's really strong.
No, he's not.
Maybe Harold will start to regain this time and later in the race if it starts to get heavy, but it could just be one of them things that Jeff just says really stupidly, saying it's going to get heavy, and then really you could just do the dries. Because we haven't seen DRS disabled. Well, wait, have we? Because
No, we
if
have not.
DRS was yeah, so this is a big call for the drivers. Like, if it gets heavier, be an amazing call for the intermediate guys. But then again, what if this is just the dry, like, race just the whole time? TB's in, he's pitting. We'll see what he sticks on. Same with Jonas. Jonas sticking on the intermediates.
Intermediates.
It's a little bit worrying, to say the least, because whatever's going to happen, but it's again, it's a mixed strategy. We're looking like we've got the intermediate guys winning this right now. I've got the front three onto fresh softs, but I'm not too sure.
Harold isn't catching. He's catching, but then he isn't at the same time. He's catching mid corner, but then second
it's
phase.
a
That
crash.
is Noim. That's Noim.
He's lost it on the intermediates actually, on 3 lap old ones. He's reversing back into the wall.
Yeah, no, so he can get out the way for the leaders.
Oh, he's actually the only driver that's been lapped. Oh, but here we go though. DRS is disabled, so
Maybe it's just been the god call for Harold. Yeah, he's catching. Harold is catching.
oh, this isn't good. So yeah, it's looking a bit heavier, but it's still. I'm not saying it's dry. Obviously, it's not literally, but yeah, you can kind of see that line start to form on the track. You see it right there, Brennan. If you look at the line, it's game's already starting to add that little wet and dry line, but.
Focus had a mistake.
Oh my god, yeah, he's actually doing it. He's actually done this perfectly. All Harold needs to do is just avoid Volker losing it or something.
Cam's drifting the banking there. Cam's gonna have to
this
bring
is
it in.
amazing for. This is amazing for Harold and TNR Jonas. So,
And TB Sen.
imagine that. See, this exactly. I technically just predicted it before, Brian. So I said, obviously, if Cam sticks on the wrong set of tires, and then he has to pit again, he's going to lose a lot of time, and it's already looking like that now because, he's 4th place. It's not a bad position, but really he should really be in that race win. But they look quite a bit of qualifying though. It's going to be a nice little practice for these drivers who just did the qualifying, so they'll be already confident enough for this race.
Chonis got a bit of a snap on the exit of turn 7 there, coming through turn 8, turn 9 now, taking a tight apex. That is a slow car in sector 1, sector 2.
Norim again, he's actually went all the way off into the distance in the gravel. He's actually on top of the gravel hill.
Oh yeah, he is.
Never seen a driver that high up before on there. No, but he's been stuck in that exact place for like 40 seconds, I swear, because he reversed on that part to let everyone pass, and he's still there.
Jeez, we've got 8 laps left of this race. And well, it's looking very good for Harold and Jonas and even TB Sen. But let's have a quick look at the... God, TB Sen is up 9 positions.
He's done very well. There's someone here as well doing 9. Obviously, a few of them have probably been pit stop, but still though, it's can't really come out. He's done a fantastic strategy call. I have to say with Harold as well, I'm surprised Mats didn't do what Harold did, so you can maybe see that they're not in the exact same party because they've done the same strategy. But Harold though, he was the one that I was just saying that I genuinely think that he was going to be one of them guys. Same with who was it? There was Trench. Them were the 2 drivers that I was kind of rooting for that could potentially be in the top 5, but Harold though, he was behind a lot of drivers, but he's done very well.
That is not him again, around final corner.
I hope I saved 2 heads. Don't reverse it. Oh, the pit lane line. Oh, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it. Yeah, I think he might just retire because he did just cut it. Because that is actually a thing, and I haven't...
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at that when me and you were watching the guys pit. I didn't actually.
I don't think anybody crossed. I didn't think anybody crossed. But he did say you shouldn't cross on the exit, and I did notice when he was coming out the softs, Mats was slightly, he was on the white line with the wheel ever so slightly over.
Bit slightly, and they still get a penalty. But obviously, it's if a driver really grasses on them, I guess. I guess they only use the stream if a backup if they want another screenshot of it.
I mean, we won't talk about grassing on people.
Oh, you've done it as well. You've done it in like a state of an emergency. You've like, right, I've got him.
Yeah, Singapore.
Oof. Oh, yeah, that was a very tricky race for me.
I snitched on a Ferrari.
Wow, even worse.
Oh yeah, because of course you beat the Ferrari. Oh, Williams are leading actually. That's a fair point. Going back to FP comms, Williams are leading.
Just leave the box.
3 clubs has retired in pit lane.
Oh yeah, and 1's retired. Oh, that was a bit loud. Yeah, apologies for that. But
at least my driver didn't get. At least the Williams driver didn't get a puncture.
No, it's fine.
At least you're not basically a Lightning McQueen that's never gonna work out.
Now, to be fair, that was a Lightning McQueen moment from Cam.
It was. Cam was sat there like.
If that was the last lap and he got that puncture, he would have done a Lightning McQueen, just jumping to get to the line and then. Boom, he wins it by like a split second. But...
Yeah, he puts his tongue out like air.
Yeah.
No, he literally bolts on one of the 2014 front noses.
Yeah. Or he just smashes into what lets the front line bounce onto the finish line.
Yeah. Finish.
That's the way he wins it. Yeah, that's the way that he would win a Grand Prix. But 5 laps to go. I don't honestly. This is an upset for Cameron. We did say it's just pressure, but. The best he can possibly take out of this is a podium. He's rent out behind TBZN with actually a low amount of ERS for it being rainy circumstances.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this will be a good one to see. We'll see if Enduro Cam has got what it takes to show that he wasn't just in P1 the whole time and he had it easy. We'll see if he can have what it takes to get past TBZN. But
he got a much better exit.
He's looking eager though. If he does it around here, it's a big game changer. And tapped on brakes a little bit there. Good sense of reaction time there. It looks like you could genuinely fit 2 cars there, but it's with the little turn-in bits that you need to do to get around there, especially side by side. It's awkward. Looks like it though, but it's very difficult.
I mean, if you think about this in real life conditions, if they were to be side by side rubbing, think of the amount of bits of carbon fibre from the floor that would be going up all over the track. That's the problem. It's like in game, it's. Of course, some people it's a prayer that it's not that realistic, but then in a way it's bad because at least it punishes people for running side by side. Because if they run side by side and touch each other, one of them's gonna have full ore damage, one of them might have a puncture, for example.
Yeah, it's not looking the best for Cameron now. He's sat in P4.
3 second time penalty.
He was just leading all of the laps, and he's just went a little bit too long on them tyres and. He's suffered puncture, which has probably ruined his race a little bit.
Maybe.
Especially for the Ferraris as well. You've got 1 in 4th, you got 1 in 7th. So it's like Cam kind of popped the balloon for the Tifosi and the Ferrari fans and stuff like that. Because he got that puncture, Super Guy couldn't pit. Originally the gap was big enough for both of them to pit, and they could have done a Mercedes and just one driver get in.
Here we go. Cam's going to go the inside of turn 7. Oh, he's forcing his way.
Yeah,
he's forcing it. Oh,
this is an interesting battle as well. Mercedes and Ferrari business
something
right
we used to
here.
see in 2019.
it's looking interesting.
And 2018.
Yeah, this
But
has had a
sadly,
lot of
Ferrari
very good
can't make a
history.
car good enough.
No, he's sending it
Oh,
though.
contact!
Oh, he's getting impatient. That's what I'm saying. He needs to.
But now TB Sen's got a lot more ERS. Oh, he's not actually. But he's still got more ERS. He's going to hold it there, TB Sen is.
Oh, easy. The TB Zen is not going to fire down from
Oh!
that.
Cam's just...
Ended up Cam. Give
I
him
think
any
he turned
stress.
in.
Yeah, ended up Cam just caught. He's a very good driver, but without being mean, he is a very aggressive driver. That's the nice.
He has no patience.
He's a little bit not patient. When he gets near the end, he kind of sense it.
Although,
But,
me saying that he hasn't got patience,
Isn't
he like every other racing driver then? Most racing drivers
not
don't
every
have
every
patience.
driver. Yeah, this is what you have even in real life. Every driver's
Yeah.
impatient. But it's like a whole other level of impatient. Because obviously,
That's one
if
thing,
you'd never see bloody Max Verstappen send it down the inside of the chicane and turn in, all that stuff.
That's my problem. It's like, I've had to learn my lesson about patience. Because I sent it down the inside of somebody, they turned in on me because they didn't see me. I ended up spinning, getting a drop down, and also being punted by 3 people.
Yeah, with that type of stuff, like pushing someone to, off the track or turning in on them to get past, can never really be reported unless it was like, yeah, it looked really bad or something on the stream or on their POV or they got damaged. But with that, it's just, I guess it's just hard racing. Some people have different styles on how to send, but obviously it would have been good to see them have a proper battle rather than Cam kind of get a little bit turny in on a TB's end. But
well, I've just seen in the chat Ron Zeus has put nice push to pass. He is right, that was a push to pass. But if I was to call it a karting technique, I know a better way of calling it push to pass. Punt to pass. Just call it punt to pass. It's a much better name. Because that's what he basically did. He punted him out the way and then went.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Zen, though. It would have been interesting for them to have a scrap. Like Zen was, he did get enough space, but then it's like Cam just took way too much of the part that Zen was supposed to take for him to actually stay on the track, but he got shoved.
Certainly. So of course Mats is right on the back of TB Sen now in the Red Bull. So we're basically seeing the end of this race is how we started off the whole stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Started at the rain, then we had technically it's been a mixed commentary for us. We've had a little strategy with us. We've had wet, dry, and wet. So yeah, it's good equalness for the drivers. They've got to enjoy some rainy circumstances of the qualifying, and then they've got to have some nice, fun, dry racing, and now they get to have a little bit of rally drifting, you could say.
Yeah.
So some nice drifts in there for the guys. You saw Volker have a little drift earlier, but 6th place is a pretty good position for him, especially if that penalty, it might hinder him a little bit more. But yeah, overall, Camden will be a little bit upset with himself because he was leading. And you could say it was a bit of a bottle thing to do. He should have known that the tires, if he was looking at temp and all that stuff, and the tower, that you would have known that they were close. Because surely you would have got told after lap 21, it's time to box and stuff. But yeah, he's had a lot taken away from him. He's got top 2, you could say, and he's got the lead taken off him, and he's got the fastest lap nabbed off by a PBFX, who then retired after he got it. So it's not looking like a good day for Cam, so slight pressure that gets him a little bit.
I mean, if I quickly have a look at the F8 standings, if I can get them up.
Well, that'll be an interesting one, also, so then we can see if any of these drivers in the top 3 are actually going to move any places in the standings.
So, let's have a look. Herald, who's currently starting 12th, will jump to, if I work this out, either I think 5th place.
No one's been watching this race for a good while.
5th to 6th, yeah, 5th to 6th place. He will jump up to from being in P12. Cam will jump up from being in P18. Cam is in right now to being. Hold on, this is going to take me a minute because for some reason maths is just stupid.
Yeah, don't worry.
He'll jump up to P10, I think, from 18.
It's gone to wet conditions.
It has.
From literally just one moment of me looking at my phone just to look at the standings, it's already just absolutely blowing it down with just rain right now. But
maybe newer Inters.
Interesting.
I think newer Inters are going to be the better tyres right now.
Yeah. The game's always broken with the wet conditions. I love wet races. Anytime I do a wet race, well, I just did a wet race 2 hours ago, and I won it. And I just love wet races; they're amazing. But I'm not the biggest fan on the wets. The intermediates are my favourite tires, basically, because like you have an advantage when you're in the wet. But with dry, it's all just balanced. If everyone's good in the dry, but when you go into the wet, it really shows
Yeah,
the best. Because you'd rather be. It's more of an achievement to be amazing in the wet rather than the dry. That's why I always love practicing the wet.
It really shows the adults from the children.
With all the sending and all that stuff, you see the patient with the throttle, the sending and all that stuff, and you've kind of seen that from drivers like Harold and all that stuff. He was doing it in the dry and the wet. Right now he's leading from it, and he's just very patient. He's just having a good time, but crossing to the final sets, he's going to win it.
Ronzeus said Harold goated. You put also hybrid. Matt Stone Bottle now. And oh hi Ronzeus. Maybe this will be us two tomorrow in the wet. Anyway, Ronzeus, not Ronzeus. Harold wins the race with Tiana Chonis coming home in P2. Cam coming round the second to last corner now. Then it will be the last corner. He's going to take it now. Cam will come home into P3 now. TB7 will come home P4. P5 will be Matt. P6 will be Super Guy NL. P7 will be Folker. P8 will be Game Freaker. P9 will be Brandon. When it gets round to last corner, sorry, I'll treat him as.
Jeez, the drivers are spaced. Actually, I never realised that. Like, how much was 15 seconds behind, and he gapped TB's by. Oh, that's the leader. Never mind. That's the leader. Never mind. 11 seconds to second place, and then TB's it was free. I had the leader on yet again.
Carnbro's coming home P10 with Prince P11. Then Paldi will come home in P12, rounding it off, doing a bit of Tokyo drifting, being a bit of a rally driver, bringing out the inner Kimi Raikkonen of themselves. As Tweedy has put, Harold knows how to handle the wet conditions. I'm not sure which way to take that, whether to take it in an appropriate way or a funny way.
Take it in both.
Yeah, take it in both.
You might as well just take it in both, just so then obviously you don't get mixed signals. Just take it as both ways.
Yeah, we won't be doing interviews today because we don't normally do them with
Jake.
Right,
yeah, it's fine.
But
overall, though, it was very happy to obviously fill in for this race. I don't know who's your co-commentator originally?
I'm actually the co-commentator for Jake usually.
Oh, so you're not actually the main?
No, not usually.
Oh, bro. Well, yeah, you've had a Bren and Delta special right now for this race.
Going back to the good old days of PSGL FP.
Yeah, the FP races were very fun, but doing it for this race, it was very fun. Obviously, did say at the start of the race, it's just gonna be a boring race. It's not gonna provide anything. But from it just going to wet and then dry and then wet, pretty successful to say the least for these
had a Lightning McQueen moment.
Yeah, a little Lightning McQueen moment between the red car jumping to the finish line. It would have been amazing if that happened. But yeah, we got a very close glimpse of it.
Certainly. But right, let's have a look through the grid once we can actually see it, please, game.
There's no way is it gonna glitch, I swear, if it glitches.
I think we might have the glitch.
Oh, no way. The stream's honestly gonna end at a black screen.
Let me just quickly go
Oh,
back
it's migrating host.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, it's just skipped the...
It skipped
no.
it. Right, so here we go. So, Ecos Herald won the race with T and Archonis coming home in P2. New Zealand Cam coming home in P3. TB7 P4. Ecos Mats P5. P6 went to Super Guy NL. P7 went to El Folker. P8 went to Game Freaker. P9 went to Brandon. P10 went to the Calm Bros. P11 went to Prenz. P12 went to Paldi. And then we had 4 DNFs of 3 gloves, Noim, PB, and Vapor Trench. Thank you for commentating with me tonight, Delta.
No bother, man. I enjoyed that a lot. Thanks for everyone watching and giving us some comments and some info about the race. Appreciate it a lot. But
Certainly.
yeah, thanks for having me here, Bryn.
It's been great being back with you. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Where this is where you can tell how much attention I pay to the calendar. Where we will be in France. This is going to be the first time since last season, so it's not been long. But anyway, catch you guys later, and good